Hi friends, welcome to this class, Yoga and Meditation for Stimulating Lymph and Processing Emotions. Any type of movement or yoga that we do is going to help you to stimulate the flow of lymph and process your emotions. That is a beautiful thing. But in this class in particular, we're going to focus on areas where we have major lymph nodes in the body. I'll give you some little tips and tricks and easy things that you can do just in the morning to set the tone for your day with free flowing energy moving through your body. And the beautiful thing is that when we keep up the maintenance on our physical bodies, it allows our emotions to flow through more freely. And when we do our emotional work, which is feeling our emotions as they come up, instead of continuously stuffing them down where they get trapped in the body, the emotions travel much more freely through the body and the body feels better overall. So they work together. Everything is so connected. I love Chinese medicine for this. The Chinese medicine actually explains the lymphatic system as a mirror to our ability to be able to process emotions, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it. You have to move to stimulate the lymph, and you have to feel your emotions so that they can move through your body. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. You can go ahead, we'll need a block or a big thick book would work as well for the end of this class. Grab any props you'd like for final rest, a blanket, a bolster. It is awesome to really know how to make yourself comfortable when you're in your final rest. It will be a little bit of an extended rest, and you're welcome to stay in it as long as you'd like, of course. And that's all. We'll go ahead and get started. So just finding yourself in any comfortable seat. A comfortable seat is whatever feels easy for you. So you can sit cross-legged like this. You might come to kneel, you can prop up the hips, or you might just extend your legs out in front of you. And you are always, of course, more than welcome to shift and move around between these different positions so that it feels good in your body. You don't need to remain stoic yogi in this class this morning. You can go ahead and close your eyes and just start to turn all of your attention inside of yourself. Checking in here, notice how you're feeling today, what kind of emotions might be present for you, and there is never any right or wrong answer at all. Checking in, observing, and allow it to just be as it is for now. Notice how the physical body is feeling today. And if there's any spots that feel extra dense or sticky or where you're tending to clench or hold, just soften the best you can with your awareness, with your breath. Relax those little muscles around the eyes. Open the mouth a little bit, just wiggle the jaw around, and then allow it to settle. Watch as the shoulders drop even further away from the ears, and you might even roll them back slightly so the heart really shines open. Relax the belly. Just let it all go for now. And when you inhale, watch the inhaling breath flow all the way into the bottom of the belly. Exhaling extra long and slow. Nice deep diaphragmatic breathing covers so many bases. It does definitely stimulate the lymphatic system. It helps us to process those stickier emotions. It's also like a direct on switch to the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of us that is able to relax, rest, to digest all of the information we receive throughout the day. So what we're aiming for here is just as few breaths per minute as possible. And as we begin our practice today, let us just take a moment to honor the flow of energy within us. We acknowledge the wisdom of our bodies, its natural rhythms, and its profound ability to cleanse and to heal. May this space be one of release, where we allow any emotions, disruptions, or stagnant energy to move through us freely. Just as water flows effortlessly through a clear stream, may our breath and movement guide us towards clarity, peace, and balance. We invite in the energy of transformation, trusting that what no longer serves us will be released with grace. May we all find freedom in this moment, knowing that we are held by the infinite flow of life. Go ahead and just start to gently bring awareness back into the space around you. We're going to go ahead and start just by doing a little bit of massage techniques on some of the major lymph nodes in the upper part of the body. So we're going to go ahead and take your fingers and then just place them right here near the ear. And we're just going to kind of massage this area. It's like you're pulling the fingertips away from each other. So you're kind of stretching the skin. Be gentle with yourself always, especially when you're working with the lymph nodes. For whatever reason, whenever I'm doing this kind of stuff, I always stop my breathing. So just keep the breath long and deep. And then we're going to go ahead and switch to the other side. This is one of the things that I start my day with. And it will really also help to reduce swelling in the face, to get the lymph flowing, inflammation tends to decrease. So once you really start to work or focus on one system, they're all so connected that the others automatically gain more support because they're not so burdened. Go ahead and come back to center. We're going to take the hands again. You'll have a couple of options here. We're just going to either tap the collarbones here. This is where the blood meets the lymph to carry toxins out of the body. So you can tap this area, or you also might just take two fingers and kind of massage here. I prefer the tapping for some reason, but whatever works for you. Again, checking in with the depth of the breath. You can even talk to your lymphatic system. Sometimes I do, and I just invite it to open and flow with ease. Inviting energy to travel freely through your body. We'll go ahead and come to a stop with that. And then we're going to make little fists here and just start to tap with the armpit. So we have quite a lot of lymph nodes in this area here. You can tap, you can also massage. I prefer the tapping for some reason. Just be gentle. Seems kind of silly, but it's effective. Just like go back to this yoga stuff. And then we're going to go ahead and switch to the other side. Breathing. Go ahead and take a nice big inhaling breath. Exhaling all the breath. And just pause and feel for a moment, noticing the sitting bones root into the earth, the top of the head as it stretches up towards the sky. And then we'll go ahead and plant your left hand down to your mat. Sweep the other arm up and overhead. So a nice deep side body stretch here helps to open up the lymph nodes through the armpits, as well as opening up a whole line of energy through the side waist, diaphragm, the rib cage. You're going to pull this extended arm shoulder away from the ear just a touch, and then lift up through the heart. Reach actively through the tips of the fingers. You can tuck your chin and look up, or you can keep your head neutral, whatever feels best for you. Just when you inhale, notice how the rib cage opens and expands with your breath. And then we're going to take and we're going to start to circle this arm around. So reach as far forward as you can. You're going to let the palm of the hand come down close to touch the earth. And then sweep up and back as you lift through the heart. So just moving again in your very own timing. If you're the type of person who has a tendency to kind of hurry things along, I highly recommend really slowing this down. Helpful in regulating the nervous system. Just rinsing out the shoulder. Notice where you're feeling sensation in the body. And then we'll take and reach over to the side. Nice big inhaling breath. Exhale, go ahead and take it back to center. And then we'll just tip right to the other side. So take a moment to kind of set yourself up here. You're going to let that left sitting bone get heavy. So sitting bones are equally planted. Extended arm shoulder pulls away from the ear a touch. Lift through the heart. Reach actively through the tips of the fingers. Your awareness settles into that left side waist. And again, the rib cage opens and expands with each inhaling breath. And every breath creates a little more space for you. Freeing up those little blockages and stagnations. And then take and start to circle the arm around. We'll reach as far forward as you can. Palm of the hand comes down close to touch the earth, and then sweeping up and back as you lift through the heart. Just aware of every little movement your body is making here. And then we'll take and reach over to the side. Nice big inhaling breath. Exhale, go ahead and come back to center. You can take your hands onto your lap any place. Totally soften the belly. Shoulders fall away from the ears. Just pause and feel. Letting everything settle for a moment. Anything you may have stirred up or woken up in those last shapes. And then if you're sitting in a cross-legged seat, go ahead and change the cross of legs. Or you can come to sit in any other comfortable seat if this is getting to be a little too much for you. It's important to be comfortable. So also you're welcome to sit in a chair. We're going to do a nice deep breathing exercise. This is called Breath of Fire. For those of you that aren't familiar with this is a very invigorating breath. It actually helps to increase your energy, like having more energy to go out through the day. So it's not something you typically want to do right before bedtime. And it also really stimulates the lymph. So what it is I'm going to demonstrate with my hands to my belly here. This takes a little bit of time to get into a steady flow. So be patient with yourself. It's a medium inhalation. And when you exhale, you're going to snap your navel back towards your spine. And then the inhalation will come naturally. So you can go ahead and watch me for just a moment. So just find your own rhythm. We're gonna do this for about a minute. You can either keep your hands here like this, or you can release the fingertips down. Inhale, float the arms up. We'll interlace the fingers, pointer fingers press together and stretch the arms up towards the sky. So you're opening again through the side waist and through the armpits here. Either version is fine. Taking that medium inhaling breath and begin. Stoking that inner fire, really helping to stir things up at the lymph nodes, at the core of the body. We also have a lot of nerve endings here, so it does send energy coursing throughout the whole body as we complete. You might keep a gentle lift in the pelvic floor if that is available to you. And behind your closed eyes, just keeping your awareness at the point between the eyebrows, as this helps to encourage the flow of energy upwards. It's equally important that energy flows down in our bodies, but with gravity, we don't have to think about that quite so much. So we put a little bit more attention on that upward flow of energy, especially in the practice of Kundalini Yoga, which this stems from. We have about 20 more seconds here. See if maybe you can pick up the pace a little bit. Beautiful job. Take a nice long inhaling breath. We're going to hold the breath up top, lift the pelvic floor, press the belly out. Imagine or visualize your energy spiraling up the spine towards the brain. You'll squeeze the palms of the hands together. Exhale, empty and release. Slowly release your arms back down to your lap. Totally soften the belly. Let it all go for now. Relax the shoulders. Again, just pause and feel. It's kind of like taking a snow globe and really shaking it up and then setting it down. Just observing your energy coming to settle. And you can trust in the intelligence of your body to move this newfound energy exactly where it needs to go to best support you. So from here, you can, if you're sitting up on a prop, go ahead and set that off to the side. We also have a bunch of lymph nodes right in this area here. So we're gonna go ahead and swing your legs over to the right. So you have pinwheeled legs here. So your right knee is resting in the arch of the left foot. And then you're going to take your left hand back behind you like you're lounging on a beach. Now, this can be confusing. Sometimes it takes a little while to get people into this position for some reason. So if you need to pause your video while you figure it out, please do. We're going to take the right hand to the right hip. And then when you inhale, you're just going to lift up as far as it feels comfortable for you. Maybe pause a moment at the top of the breath. And then as you exhale, you're going to very slowly release down. And maybe pause for a moment at the bottom of the breath. So you're just lifting and lowering in your very own timing, but putting the breath in charge. And it's kind of nice to close the eyes here, really pinpointing the exact location you're feeling this the most. You can send extra love to that area. Every breath as long as you can make it. And the next time your seat drops, we're just going to let it pause there for a moment. Feel that left palm firmly press down now. And we're going to lift the hips up towards the sky, extend the right arm up and overhead. So another nice deep side body stretch. When you inhale, feel the breath spread all along the side waist, the ribs, and the armpit. You're fully filling that right lung with your breath. Nice big inhaling breath, hips lift. And as you exhale, go ahead and slowly lower. We'll go ahead and balance to the other side. Swing your legs over to the left. The left knee will rest in the arch of the right foot. And then take your right hand back behind you like you're lounging on a bench. Left hand to left hip. Inhale to lift. Exhale to slowly lower. And just go ahead and continue in your very own time. Finding small pauses at the top and the bottom of each breath. Very aware of the sensation, the opening that's occurring here. Enjoying the depth of your breath. And the next time your seat lowers, just pause there for a moment. Start to feel the right palm press down. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Extend the left arm up and overhead. So you're actively reaching through the tips of the fingers. Kind of lift up through the heart, lift up through the hips, spreading breath and awareness along the side of the body. Every inhaling breath, you're drawing in energy that you need to really nourish and support you. And every exhaling breath is an opportunity to release and let go. This happens all day long without us even thinking about it. It is definitely enhanced with our awareness, with the deepening of the breath. Next exhaling breath, go ahead and slowly release down. Let your seat drop. And then from here, we're just going to come over hands and knees. So on your hands and knees here, you want to make sure that your wrists are right underneath the shoulders and the knees are right under the hips. We're going to spread the fingers really quite wide. Press down into the pads of the fingers and the heels of the hands. Toes curl under back behind you. Press into the backs of the toes so you stretch and open through the feet. This is more important than we realize. We'll take a nice big inhaling breath to fill yourself. And when you exhale, round the spine towards the sky, tuck the tailbone, bring your chin to your chest. And then when you inhale, drop the belly down towards the floor, roll the shoulders back, open heart. And then as you exhale, coming to round. So go ahead and continue again in your own timing. Put your breath in charge of the movement. As always, very aware of the space being created along the length of the spine, this informational highway, sending and receiving information every second of every day. So it is super important to keep the physical spine open as well, as everything is connected. Now we're going to start to move a little bit more organically. So you can continue with the cat-cow, or you might kind of start to circle around a little bit. Imagine you're kind of moving through water. Lymph is associated with the element of water. So just be really free moving here. There's no right or wrong. Nobody's watching you. You might even try to move in a way that you've never moved before. And you're just smoothing out any rough or sticky edges that you find along the way. You're circling around, you might start to circle in the opposite direction for a moment. And then go ahead and come back to center. So your knees are right under the hips again. We're gonna go ahead and just lift this right leg out to the side and then just some nice big hip circles here, getting into the lymph nodes in this area. Make sure you're distributing the weight in your hands evenly here. Kind of roll the shoulders back so the heart stays open. Slight engagement of the core. And then go ahead and circle in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Go ahead and release that leg down. We're going to switch to the other side. Lift that left leg out to the side. Peeing dog pose. And then we're going to start to circle this leg around. Check in with that breath. Long and deep. And your circles might not be very big. They might just be little circles. That's totally fine. We do what we can do and feel good about that. That is always how we get the best results. It's not in shaming ourselves or beating ourselves down. Big deal if you can't make a big circle. Make a little one. Okay, circle in the opposite direction. Did I already say that? I'm not sure. Almost there. Okay, go ahead and release down. We're gonna curl the toes under back behind us again. Press up and back into your downward facing dog. So you can bend at your knees as deeply as you need here. I actually like to bend really deeply at the knees. Press down through the hands firmly as I lift my seat up towards the sky, and then start to straighten out the legs, releasing the heels down towards the mat as much as it feels right for you. Stay with the breath. Inhaling breath flows into the bottom of the belly. You can stay in stillness, or you might find some organic movement, shifting your weight a little bit side to side, whatever feels best. Go ahead and release both of your heels down towards your mat. And stimulate the area of the core again, where so much magic can happen. There's so much more to core work than just pack abs. It's a lot of our well-being rests at the core. So we're going to inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, shift back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, shift back, dog. Couple more times. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, dog. Last one, friends. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, dog. Take a nice big inhaling breath. Lift your seat up towards the sky. Exhale, walk the hands back towards the feet. Bend at the knees as deeply as you need to. Plant your feet into the earth and slowly roll up the spine. Let the arms hang really heavy. You might even give them a little bit of a shake here. And just let the head be the very last thing to arrive in your standing mountain pose. And once in standing mountain, just make any little adjustments that you need to coming up off of the mat. After doing some movement and deep breathing, it can be really revealing when you come to stand how much energy you've moved so far. Bring awareness down into your feet. Lift the toes, spread them apart nice and wide, plant them back down. I like to imagine my feet like plugs, plugging me into the earth. There's roots that extend from the feet, even several feet to the earth. At the same time you feel the feet pressing, notice the crown of the head ascending, lifting up towards the sky. Notice what you notice, feel what you feel. Okay, we're gonna start to really stir things up here. So we're gonna take our legs nice and wide. We're gonna do yogic jumping jacks. This is called, I taught kids yoga. This was start a spaceship. So feel your feet planting down. We're gonna extend the arms nice and wide. This kind of thing, jumping up and down with your arms up overhead, one of the best ways to stimulate your lymph. I do this every single morning when I first wake up when I'm waiting for my coffee. So this is our inhaling breath. Open nice and wide. Exhale. Clap your arm or your hands up overhead. Stimulates the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Best done with a smile on your face. You know this is fun. Just a little ways to go. Great job. I don't know if you hear all the creaking around here. There's lots of things shaking around in my house. Three more. And go ahead and bring your hands down to your heart. We'll take one hand to the heart, the other hand to the belly. You might sway a little bit side to side as you slow the breath. Just watching your own circulation. This is how you develop a really deep relationship with your body, is this pausing to really tune into what is occurring inside of you. And it may not be much sometimes. Just notice what you notice, feel what you feel. I'm going to go ahead, release the arms again. And this time, we did this one last week, because a lot of these things work on so many different levels and systems, which is so cool. Last week was releasing the weight of the world. This one, obviously, stimulating that lymph. So we're going to open the legs nice and wide here. Arms come out to the sides. I want you to really root down through the pinky toe line of your feet as well. It's easy to dump to the inside of the foot here. We can help develop nice, strong feet by grounding down through the outside of the foot as well. So this is our inhaling breath. Reach it wide. Exhale. You're crossing over the body to tap the opposite ankle. Bend at your knees always as much as you need to. And then when you inhale, you're opening nice and wide to all of the beautiful possibilities available to you. And then as you exhale, to the others. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, crossing over. We're going to do this for about a minute. I'm going to let you work in your very own timing. This is an active wide reach. And extra long, deep breaths. This is also really good for digestion. When things get boring in yoga, which I know they definitely can, it's a good opportunity to just kind of notice that and come back to your body and back to your breath. So be in the movement. Okay, one more to each side. That also is helping us to balance the left and the right side of the brain. It's crossing over the body. Opening wide and then releasing the arms down. You can either jump, heel toe, or step your feet in together. We'll go ahead and again, just pause and feel, let the energy settle. I always like to tune in to the center line of the body. So just feeling the entire length of the spine as everything is returning to center. We're going to do what is called energization exercises now. So this is nice deep breath work, helps to move a lot of energy. It charges your body up like a battery. So that's kind of the visualization or the intention that you want to bring in here. It is a double breath in through the nose like this, double breath out through the mouth, where you totally release and let go. We're going to, though, bring some movement in where we tense the whole entire body, every little spot that we can get to with that double breath in. And with the double breath out, you release and let as much of that soften as you can. So we're going to do that full body, and then we're going to do a focus on just the arms, as we also have major lymph nodes right in this area here. So take your feet about hip distance apart. Feel the feet pressing down, ground yourself. We're going to bend at the knees a little and then bring the palms of the hands to connect out in front of you. We'll start with that double breath in, tensing everything that you can, charging yourself up with your intention, with this movement, with your breath. Let it all go. You more, beautiful job. Last one. Inhale, come to stand. Take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. You might find a little bit of swaying. Slowing the breath. Asking any newly released or found energy moves exactly where it needs to go. Best support you today. Beautiful. Releasing the arms. Okay, this one is that we're going to just focus on the arms here. We're going to imagine that we're lifting heavy weights. So arms come out in front of us like this, fists facing upwards, and we're going to start with a double breath in. Tensing, 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 double breath out, let it go. So you obviously get to choose how challenging this is for you. You more. Okay, open the arms out to the sides. This time we're going to do the same thing. Double breath in. Two more. Last one. Release. Roll the shoulders a few times. Pause and feel. Like shake out the wrists. Feeling the feet rooted, the crown of the head ascending, stretching the spine and even longer. Okay, my friends, one of my favorite things next. We are going to do a shaking practice. This is a Chinese medicine thing as well. I just love this stuff. But it is super goofy. So just allow yourself to get into it the best you can. We're going to bring the arms up overhead and you're just going to shake it out the best you can. Make sure you shake your legs, shake your face, the arms. There's no right or wrong way. You're just moving your whole body. Check in with that breath again. Sounds like something might break over here. There's specific spots in my house that I jump to not wake up my kids when I do this in the morning because it's so creepy. This is not a spot I usually jump. Just a little ways to go. I really like to shake the leg because this area gets so tight and this helps to stir it up. Nice big inhaling breath. Exhale, float the arms down. Again, pause and feel. Just let it all settle. When you inhale, you might observe how energy flows upwards in the body. And as you exhale, sensing how the breath flows down. What do we have next here? Okay, go ahead and open your legs nice and wide. We're going to turn the toes out to the sides and then drop yourself down into a nice low squat. So thumbs are going to come to the inside of the thighs, fingers to the outside. We're going to bring the shoulders away from the ears. Take a nice big inhaling breath. Exhale, drop your left shoulder down towards the earth as you press the left knee away. And then we'll inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, just shift to the other side. So again, this is one of those things I'm going to let you take in your very own timing. We'll be here for about a minute. Opening up the lymph nodes in the area of the groin, the hips, and the pelvis. There's a lot happening here actually. As we are obviously in a squat, we're building strong legs. When we strengthen the thighs, it helps to build strong blood. Strong blood boosts our immune system, so really great this time of year, anytime really. And then we're also twisting through the abdomen, the internal organs in that area, and the spine, which is great for detoxification, especially with our deepened breath. So just tune into the movement. I'll shut up for a moment here. Notice where the mind is at. Just bring it back if need be. One more to each side. Hey, get back to center. Straighten out the legs. Getting much closer here to coming back down onto our backs. So feet a little wider than hip distance. We have a little bend in the knees. We're just gonna ragdoll it out. Another Chinese medicine thing here. They actually use their hands to kind of slap gently the organs in this area. So the kidneys, the belly. Moving with breath. Everything flowing freely. Go ahead and come to a stop. And then coming down onto your mat, we'll come into a comfortable seat. Again, we're gonna do one more round of breath of fire before we come to lie down. So if you wanna prop up your hips, please do. Sit in any way that feels most supportive to you. Just feel the sitting bones plug down, top of the head reaching towards the sky. You can either take your hands to your belly here, or you can opt to release the fingertips down, float the arms up, interlace the fingers, pointer fingers pressing together, arms really reaching up towards the sky. Here's the palms of the hands squeezed together, and we'll begin our breath of fire together. We're gonna go for 1 minute, medium inhalation, and begin. Keeping your gaze at the point between the eyebrows. Sometimes I like to imagine just a little flame right at the core here, and you're just fanning that flame with your breath. However, you need to pause and stop and just take a couple nice deep diaphragmatic breaths. Please do come back in as you're ready. Fifteen more seconds, picking up the pace a little. Nice long inhaling breath. Hold the breath up top. Lift the pelvic floor, press the belly out, stretch up through the arms, press the palms together, visualize your energy spiraling up the spine. Exhale, empty, and release slowly. Float your arms along the side of the body. Totally relax the belly. Allow your energy to circulate freely through you. Density, blockages, dissolving. Power of your awareness, your breath, your intention. Okay. Go ahead and swing your legs over to the side here so you can roll down onto your mat. Final challenge for the core, but feel free to skip this if it doesn't feel good in your low back, as it often doesn't. Mine. We're going to release the arms out here. Pull the navel in towards the spine. Slowly lower down, vertebra by vertebra. Feeling that power, that heat building in the core of the body. And once you reach a point where you just want to spill onto your mat, please do. Just draw your knees in towards your chest. You might pull them in rather closely so you get some length through the low back there. Hands to the knees, just make some little circles on the low back. Circling in the opposite direction. And then knees in towards the chest, open the arms nice and wide, palms face up, kind of wiggle your shoulders so they're even further apart from each other. Drop your knees to the left into a simple twist. And you're always welcome in these twists to make them your own. Any little wiggles or adjustments you need to make, sometimes drawing the knees up closer to you, or you need to draw them further away. Whatever it is for you. And that inhaling breath flows all the way into the bottom of the belly. Exhaling extra long and slow, melting fully into the support beneath. Next inhaling breath, go ahead and come back up to center. And then as you're ready, drop your knees to the other side. Any wiggles, any adjustments you need to make, always welcome. Just scan the body. Notice where you're still gripping a little or holding. Use the exhaling breath to help you melt into the floor. Let your next inhaling breath take you back to center. Go ahead and grab your block or your book. See, I have this one. Court of Wings and Ruin. Nice, thick book. Awesome book that you might use. And then take your block underneath the low part of the back. Wiggle the upper body so it's stretched nice and long. And then you can extend your legs up towards the sky, and you will know immediately whether or not you need to adjust that block. So please do that. Your arms can rest along the side of the body, maybe coming up into a diamond or a cactus shape up overhead. Feel the low back start to just widen across the support beneath it. Behind your closed eyes, directing awareness at the point between the eyebrows so we continue to encourage the flow of energy upwards freely. Might tune in to the reverse flow of energy running through the legs, coming to settle into the bowl of the pelvis, the hips. Any inversions like this are good for a fresh perspective. If you can pause in the middle of the day, if you're stuck on something and need a perspective shift, just put yourself upside down for a moment. Also, great for circulation and the flow of blood. Pointing the toes and then the heels up towards the sky, giving some love to those ankles, often overlooked. And then big circles to the ankles. And moving in the opposite direction. Now go ahead and pull your right knee in towards your chest. Extend the left leg down towards the floor. It might be freestanding up in the sky a little bit. Maybe your heel comes down to your mat. Doesn't matter as long as it feels good for you. And you are, of course, welcome to bend at your knee and place your foot flat to the floor as well. So kind of explore that. Check in with the shoulders. Let them drop down. That left leg totally relax as you squeeze the right knee in towards your armpit. And just tune into where you're feeling the most sensation. Breath flows deep. Nice long inhaling breath. Good squeeze. Exhale, go ahead and switch sides. Extend the right leg long. Left knee will squeeze in now. Good squeeze in towards the armpit. And then do your little scan here. Check in with that right leg. Can you soften there more? Checking in with the shoulders, the face, exploring the opening, the sensation you're feeling in this shape, watching the depth of the breath. Nice big inhaling breath. Exhale, go ahead and release. Feet come flat to your mat. Lift your hips. You can either, if you actually, I didn't say anything about a bolster. Sorry, that's what I usually use. Set the block off to the side, slowly lower down. Just pause for a moment. Hands resting on your belly. We're going to close with a spastic bug pose before settling into our final rest. This is another Chinese medicine practice. We're going to extend the arms and the legs up towards the sky. Shoulders drop down open across your mat. And we're just going to shake the arms and the legs quite vigorously. So really get the wrists, really get the ankles here. Shake, shake, shake. Make sure, of course, that you're breathing deeply. We'll do this for about 20 seconds. Getting everything stirred up here. Nice big inhaling breath. Exhale all the breath out, but keep the arms and the legs extended. Just notice the sensations moving through the legs and arms. Knees pull in towards the chest again. Nice big inhaling breath. And then exhale, go ahead and release onto your mat into your final resting pose. Grab any props that you'd like to support you. We'll be here for about 10 minutes, so it is important to set yourself up so you're nice and cozy. So blankets, grab a pillow, my pillow, or keep it simple, whatever works. So just start to notice the bones in the arms and the bones in the legs. Growing even more dense, even more heavy. Sinking and releasing down into the back of the body. The weight of the eyelids resting over your eyes. Notice the breath as it brushes gently across the front and the back of the throat. Watching as the belly rises and falls with your breath without any effort from you at all. Now imagine your entire body as a vast, interconnected system filled with iridescent, free-flowing water. This water represents your lymphatic system. The system within you that moves and clears toxins, stagnations, gentle waves through every part of your body. There are no obstacles, no places where it gets stuck. Everything just simply passes through, allowing space for clarity and release. Take a moment here to just bring to mind any challenging emotion that you're working with right now. See this emotion as a ripple in the water. Without any judgment or attachment, just acknowledge it and allow it to float within the free-flowing stream of your body. Breathing deep. Imagine now solutions beginning to arrive, like small streams of light entering your body, bringing you new ways to pivot, to reframe, or release this emotion. And with every exhaling breath, just feel the weight of that emotion lightening, being carried away by the flow of water. Emotions are meant to be felt and then released. Just like the lymphatic system needs movement to keep toxins flowing out optimally, your emotional body requires awareness of emotion to continue to move and flow through you, whether through breath, visualization, or physical activity, to let go of what is no longer in service to you. Allow yourself to feel the sensation of freedom and flow within your body. This free-flowing water assisting you in clearing away disruptions, offering you a sense of peace, of balance. Take a few more deep breaths, feeling gratitude for your body's ability to process and release. Affirm that your body, mind, and emotions are all in a state of harmonious flow. Starting to bring awareness back into your body. Deepening the breath. start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. You are, of course, always welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Thank you all so much for your time and for your energy. As the time that you give yourself like this affects not only you, but everybody that you surround yourself with, and therefore rippling into the entire universe. Thank you for your practice. Namaste.